Hello, my dear children. Good morning to all. Welcome back to our value education class. Today in this video, we are going to discuss lesson number 3, cooperation. That means working together in harmony. When everyone works together, things get done more quickly and efficiently. That means when we are working together with harmony, the things will be easy for you. It will be done quickly and efficiently. Okay, my dear children, let's start the story. The title of the story is The Belly Rebellion. Belly means stomach and rebellion means someone is against something. So here, the belly is against some person. Some persons are having some rebellion or revolt against the belly. Let's read the story and find out who are the persons or who are the things that is against our belly. Little Harry had a dream one day. In the dream, his hands, feet, mouth, brain and all his other body parts began to revolt against his belly. So in this story, we have a boy, that is little Harry. One day he is dreaming. What was his dream? In the dream, we can see that all his body parts, that means hands, feet, mouth, brain, etc. and all the other body parts began to revolt. Revolt means against, rebellion, against his belly. All these organs are against belly. We do all the work, we do all the hard work, the hand said. We write in books, pull and push things, pick and lift objects. There is no end to the work we do. Then at the close of the day, we also exhausted, our joints become sore. You just sit there and relax, eating all the food. You are good for nothing. Here, as you know, all the other organs are starting a revolt against his belly. So the hands are saying that we are doing all the work very hard. And what are the things that the hand is doing? Hands were writing in books, pulling and pushing things, picking and lifting objects, etc. So there is no end to the work they are doing. So at the close of the day, that means at the end of the day, they become very exhausted. Exhausted means tired. And their joints become sore. Sore means painful. And they are asking, the hands are saying to the belly that you are just sitting and relaxing yourself, eating the food. So you are good for nothing, belly. You are good for nothing. So here, the hands of little Harry was saying something against belly. Hands daily ദിവസവും ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്ത് വളരെയധികം അവർ എക്സോസ്റ്റഡ് ആണ്, ക്ഷീണിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. പക്ഷെ ബെല്ലിയോ, belly was eating all the food and he is relaxing. So that was a complaint by the hands. Look at the next paragraph. We agree, cried the feet. All day long Harry is on his feet. He hardly ever sits. You have no idea how tiring it can be. And you just eat and eat, filling yourself and increasing our burden. The next one is the feet. The feet are going to blame belly. Feet saying that we also agree with the hands. Because all the day Harry is on his feet. All the day Harry is standing. And he hardly ever sits. He never sits. And it was a tiring. Tiring means tired. They were tired. And they also saying that, feet also saying that, belly, you are always eat and eat, filling yourselves and increasing a burden to the other organs. So feet, കാൽപാദങ്ങളും കംപ്ലൈൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങി. ബെല്ലി വെറുതെ ഇരുന്ന് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കുക മാത്രമാണ്. ഓൾ ദ വർക്ക്സ് ആർ ഡൺ ബൈ ദ അതർ ഓർഗൻസ്. ഫീറ്റ് എല്ലാ ദിവസവും ഹാരി സ്റ്റാൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയങ്ങളിലെല്ലാം ഫീറ്റാണ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ഫോർ ദ ഫീറ്റ്. So here feet is also complaining against belly. Okay. I am the one doing all the work. I think up ideas for the next meal, and what do I get as a reward? Grumbled the brain. So the next one, it was a chance of the brain, and the brain is grumbled. Grumbled means complaint, that he was the person who is doing all the work and he is thinking about the next meal for the belly, but he is not getting any reward for that. So that was a complaint of the brain. Soon every part of the body joined the chorus of complaints. So each and every part of little Harry's body joined together and they were complaining against belly. I have an idea, the brain said excitedly. Let us stop working for the lazy belly. Let us start a rebellion. So at last, the brain got an idea. And the brain said very excitedly, with very much excitement, the brain said that, let us stop working for the lazy belly. Let us start a rebellion. So that was the idea of the brain. Brain എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? നമുക്ക് ബെല്ലിക്ക് വേണ്ടി, സ്റ്റൊമക്കിന് വേണ്ടി വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. ആൻഡ് വി ക്യാൻ ഫൈറ്റ് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് ബെല്ലി. ബെല്ലിക്കെതിരെ ഒരു റിവോൾട്ട്, ഒരു റിബല്യൻ നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് ബ്രെയിൻ ഒരു ഐഡിയ സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു. ഓക്കെ. മാർവലസ് ഐഡിയ, എവരി വൺ എഗ്രീഡ്. വി വിൽ ടീച്ച് ഹിം ഹൗ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് വി ആർ. Then maybe he will start doing some work of his own. So hearing the idea of the brain, all the other organs, all the other body parts was agreed and they were saying that it was a wonderful idea. And they decided to stop working for the lazy belly. So from that, they will teach belly how important they are to belly. And maybe belly started doing some work of his own. So they all agreed to stop working. The hands refused to do any writing, lifting, pushing or pulling. The feet just refused to move. The mouth vowed to not swallow even a morsel of food. The brain, the most vocal of all, refused to even think. The stomach first rumbled a bit, then it growled as it always did when it was hungry. But seeing that it was of no use, it fell silent. So what has happened? All the organs started to stop working. The hands refused to do anything. That means they stopped writing, lifting, pushing, pulling, etc. What about the feet? The feet is refused to move. And even the mouth is not ready to swallow a morsel of food. Morsel means small piece of food. What about the brain? As you know, it was the most important of the all organs. That also refused to even think anything. So what will happen to our stomach now? The stomach first rumpled. Rumpled means making a voice. Then it growled. Then it cried. Because it was doing always when it was hungry, all this sound, you can hear some sound from our belly when we are hungry. Okay, so the same way belly started some sound. Belly started to produce some sound. But seeing that it was of no use, belly becomes silent. Okay, എല്ലാ ഓർഗൻസും വർക്ക് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങി. സോ ബെല്ലി വാസ് ഹംഗ്രി ആകുന്ന സമയത്ത് നമുക്ക് കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ലേ ബെല്ലിയിൽ നിന്ന് സൗണ്ടൊക്കെ വരുന്നത്? ദ സെയിം വേ ബെല്ലി ഈസ് മേക്കിംഗ് സം സൗണ്ട്, ബട്ട് ഹി റിയലൈസ് ദാറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് നോ യൂസ്, സോ ഇറ്റ് ഓൾസോ ബിക്കം സൈലൻറ്റ്. ദെൻ ടു ഹാരീസ് സർപ്രൈസ്, he found out that he could not walk anymore. He could not pick up a book. He could not even open his mouth to talk. Suddenly, Harry began to feel rather ill. So, Harry's surprise, all the organs have started to stop working. For little Harry's surprise, he found that he can't even walk or he can even pick anything. And even he cannot open his mouth to talk. So, suddenly, Harry began to feel something ill. In the meantime, the hands and feet, mouth and brain began getting weaker and weaker. That was when Harry heard a feeble voice coming from his head. The brain said, "We might have been wrong. I suppose the belly had been working in his own way all along." So what happened when all the organs stop working? Our stomach became very hungry. He did not even get any food. So then what happened to the hands, feet, mouth and brain? They all getting weaker and weaker. Then Harry heard a voice coming from from his head. That means brain is saying, "We think we might have taken it as wrong. I think that belly had been working for all of us the all along." എന്താ സംഭവിച്ചത്? ഓർഗൻസ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാതിരുന്നപ്പോൾ ബെല്ലി ഡിഡ് നോട്ട് ഹാവ് ദ ഫുഡ്. സോ ബെല്ലിക്ക് എന്ത് പറ്റി? വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. അപ്പോഴാണ് മറ്റ് ഓർഗൻസിന് മനസ്സിലായത് ബെല്ലി വാസ് വർക്കിംഗ് ഫോർ ദം. That was just what we thought, murmured the feet. He may be getting all the food, but it seems he had been sharing it with us. So then they understood that Belly is getting all the food, but he is sharing that food with other organs. We should admit our fault. I guess the belly does as much as work as we do, said the hands. So they understood their fault. Hands are saying that belly is doing the work as much as we are doing. It is time we got back to work, they cried in unison. Just then, Harry woke up from his dream and was delighted to see that he could still walk, talk, and pick things up. The dream seemed too real. So finally, all the organs understood their mistake and they are ready to work back. This is the time we have to go to their work. They all cried in union. Just then, our Harry was wake up from his dream. As you know, it was a dream of Harry. And he was very much delighted to see that all his organs are working. Still he can walk, still he can talk, and even he can pick up things. But he is seeming that the dream is something real. While having his breakfast, he remembered what he had learnt in school the day before. United we stand, divided we fall. So, that was Harry's dream. In his dream, we know that all the organs have started a revolt against belly. So, when Harry was having his breakfast, he remembered the things that he learned in school the day before, in which he understood that when we united, we will be stand together, and when we divide, we always fall. So my dear children, as you know, when everyone works together, the things get done more quickly and efficiently. So that is why little Harry understood that when we are united, when we are doing a work together, it will be easy for us. But when we divide, that means we are separated, then the work will be much more difficult. Okay, dear children, you have to do the works together, then it will be easy for you. Dear children, that was the end of our class. Here we are winding up the class. Read the lesson carefully. Thank you.